Is the other good? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Welcome
I
to
heard that. I heard that.
yes. Welcome to Humanity Unboxed. We are live from a construction site
Yeah, exactly.
in Laguna Beach. Welcome, Michael. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
Yes. Freedom. We're still on freedom. And we kind of being, well, I'm being led as to kind of, freedom to be ordinary, freedom to just be you in this world where there's AI and people are writing stuff in days. There's like everything's overwhelmed with content, with overwhelm with stuff that's not necessarily
Hmm.
made.
Hmm.
Sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes we need to pull back. And in that pulling back and being you, or being ordinary is a weird word to use. I'm not sure what other word to use, but being,
Normal, quote unquote, normal,
yeah, I don't like
quote
no.
unquote.
Well,
It's
it's the
it's all
setting of
systems
the fire.
definition.
Yes,
It's all
exactly.
systems definition. Because we can't be generalized as woman, man, race, whatever. We, what is successful, what is failure, what is this, what is that. We are born as one of ones, and nature made us that way, so there must be a purpose in that way. Or tell me why not. I'm not asking. I only see when we are one of one, nature has a purpose for us.
Yeah.
And we know when animals even come together, there's a leader, there's a follower, there's the mother, there's things. So you align to your what you are, and
Mm.
that might be your strengths that there's guys that can be motherly. It has nothing to do with you align to your function and
Okay, can I
it
go back here quickly? Because I want to say something about this. Because there's
say
in society, in systems, society is a
yeah
system. So we live in what we're supposed to be or what we're supposed to do. We need to conform. We need to, play the role of. But then we also
yeah
have the archetype of the rebel,
yeah
who is the one that makes the change. We can't have. We need to have chaos in some form of way.
yeah we talked last time. You have to have both sides to actually find the balance in it, and I appreciate both sides
Yeah,
versus I want to just be good boy, I just want to
yeah.
be a good girl, I want to be well, I want to just be bad. That
But those are roles
polarities.
that you are you playing. So whether it's bad or good or right or wrong or whatever it is, but to just be led by you, to not have a role assigned.
Definition, you don't want a definition.
No.
You want to just be you, and you would in a situation, for example, where you see something and do something, I do something different because I'm different.
Yeah.
I don't do the same thing than you. So you
Mm.
can mother, I can mother.
Yeah.
You can be fathering, I can be fathering. You can be, happy, and I can be happy. But they're all different.
Yes.
They're never the same. They're never the same.
Uh,
Uh, Even
and
if the
exactly.
expression looks like the same, it looks like the same, but it is not the same.
Yeah. And in today's world, a lot of everything is the same. There's a
Hmm.
template, and if you want to market your business, then you have to do this, write copy, and you have to send out an email, and then you have to do
Hmm.
it like this, and you have to do it like this.
Yeah.
Um, but there is freedom in going, that's not the way I do it. I
Yes.
I accept the consequences of, okay, I might not move as fast as I'm supposed to,
Hmm.
but I'm doing it my way. So within that choice of this is how I'm led to do it, there is a sense of freedom.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
Because also, and there's another function in that. There's quality.
Yeah.
because there's no quantity. Or how many listeners do I have? How
Mm,
fast can I do something or
mm,
whatever? Living doesn't indicate you have to be fast.
yeah.
Living doesn't require that.
Mm,
Nature doesn't require to be fast, to be quick, to be more, to be bigger, because then there would be nobody existing but the big people. There would be just dinosaurs, and actually dinosaurs died out. Right? They were the fastest, they were the biggest, the strongest. They dominated, and even you see elephants dominate, but they're not dominating. They have
no,
the
they
power to
know
do.
a balance. So there is a balance.
Exactly.
And I like what you're talking about now about, being big. Um, we've been talking a lot with Josh around rugby, and he is big, and then there are smaller kids, and there are rounder kids, and there are skinnier whatever kids, and it is such a sense of freedom for each of those, for each of us, to play to our strengths. So sometimes when you're a smaller kid, your strength is being smaller. It's same for being bigger, but to then own it, to go, okay, I'm big or small, but what can I do? Who am I within that? If that makes any
Hmm.
sense, because
Yeah.
we're
No.
so used to, okay, but you're not normal, you're not in the middle of the bell curve or whatever. So you need to adapt to become more like the middle bit, but that doesn't work. There's no freedom in that. We need
I
to
want to know what is it define. See, systems have always cheat out. They cheat out because they say you got to be normal. But I said, please define normal. And
there's no
like nobody can define it. It's
no
impossible to define because we are 8 billion one-on-ones. How
yeah
can you define what's normal?
no you
How?
couldn't. No, I mean,
It's
I've
impossible.
even in statistics we use a bell curve, and that bell curve doesn't take in consideration everyone. Plus, in that bell curve, in those statistics, there is pretending, because we've been conditioned to to show up in a certain way so that we can be accepted, so that we will be safe
Yeah.
within the tribe, so that we don't stand out too much, so that we don't get pushed out, which is old conditioning. And
Yeah.
in today's freedom, we can use these tools that we have, like AI or
Hmm.
whatever, technology, but to then not lose ourselves. I mean, we talk about this a lot, to find ways to still be the human version of me, and not just put an avatar on and say, oh, there's Michelle, and it can be
She
pretend.
looks like she looks like a thousand other avatar use that avatar, right? It's just like, and
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I said that with AI because he said when we look at AI, we think, oh, they are wrong or I'm wrong or whatever. The question of wrong is never when you're human. You can't be wrong. You are just you,
yeah,
unless you try to adapt and try to not be you. That's the wrong in human centricity.
mm,
So when this is the funniest thing. So I saw today that all these graphic, I work with graphic tools and stuff, and I have they said, oh, it's gonna do everything with the new AI.
yeah,
The problem is with when it doesn't do anything or it does anything do anything, it's both the software doesn't create, the
mm,
human creates. You have the aesthetics. You would never AI throws you blue and yellow together, and you say, I don't want to I want blue and orange.
yeah,
You understand? It's just it throws something together that is not you. It throws you a generalization together. Even though it's a mixture of all one of ones or many one of ones, and if you get it so good that it reflects the ones of ones, it cannot generalize your creation because you wouldn't use green if they suggest green. You
yeah,
would still change it. You would still change it. I don't want green there. I want blue there. I want this there. I want that there. You
yeah.
would change it.
I've been struggling
You
with
wouldn't just
exactly
say, okay, it's like what are you doing is clothes. Clothes just are made for generalized. And you
yeah,
say, no, I don't want this clothes. I don't want this I like, and I put it together with that pants.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, everyone would, and people try to be all in black, because you don't have to choose. But people that wear color, like I take this, I take that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a sense of freedom in that, where others then see a sense of freedom in, oh, I can just wear, I mean, what do they wear? Yeah, puffer jacket and tie,
Yeah,
whatever, black and grey, and there's no
yeah,
this, and then it is conditioned as to, okay, but I shouldn't stand out because then I seem weak.
exactly.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting because I worked with kids this weekend,
Mm.
and we created art.
Yeah.
And the most, and there's a farmers market. We did it, it came to the farmers market,
Mm.
and the kids that were the shyest paint the most color,
Oh,
paint
really?
the most brightest thing.
That's really
And
cool.
the shy, and there was a real little, like 2 or 3 years old,
Yeah.
and she was so by her mom, like they're so afraid, always by them, mom, mom, mom. So she finally got on the blanket to paint. We have big bowls of colors and all kinds of stickers and they can do everything. And then she was the loudest. She became totally alive, expressing herself, and I made the parents aware. I
Yeah.
say, be aware of that. And then also, they were hyperactive kids. The
Yeah.
moment they did art, they were calm.
Yeah.
And then the best what I found in this is very good if any parents are listening. There's a difference between when kids get passionate, because they're truest, they're real, they're still real. They're not yet conditioned yet. By 7, they are conditioned. But before that, so there is a passion of creating,
Yeah.
and there's a passion of with a computer.
Yeah.
One is a passive passion to consume, and the one is a thing to create. And I
Yeah.
think to be aware of those two passions and focus on the creative passion will also will create the passion in parents.
Mm.
Yes, I'm engaging with the kids versus I give them an iPad and let them just hatch around.
Yeah.
So, and let the kids know that they are passionate playing a computer. I'm not saying they shouldn't,
Yeah.
but but there's a difference when they create something, which that was because there was no. I think that's what I created.
Mm.
School, everything was. But when I worked on my motorcycles and created art and did the forestry house and whatever,
Yeah.
I was in heaven. I was me. I didn't have to be in my mind. I just could be happy
Yeah.
putting a nail in the thing and then screwed up the nail. It doesn't matter. You just put the nail in on the forestry house,
Yeah. Yeah.
or didn't get the screw on. It doesn't matter. There's no failure in creation.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
only in when you are fed something and you need to comply.
Mm.
So, and that's one parent said a beautiful word. We are all conditioned to being by standards, which is not free,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
We are
Exactly.
conditioned by standards.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to put that in. I had to put
No,
that
that's
in of
gorgeous.
freedom. Yeah,
Yeah. And I mean, there's nothing as free as a child expressing themselves
exactly.
without the rules,
And
with
it's
just,
constantly stunning. It's constantly stunning. Oh, I can make this a Christmas ornament. So we gave them like these little things, and they painted on an angel,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then the angel had a hole on top, and then she saw, oh, we can do a Christmas ornament. Oh my God! So this excitement of multifunction, what you can do with the creation,
Yeah.
was like, let me put that thing through, and it's just. And it
Mm.
was an interaction, and I really saw we have to interact with kids, not program them. We have
Well,
to
with each
interact and
other.
learn. And
Yeah.
it's nobody better learning. I have learned. Look, I just say it in the podcast. I
Yeah.
learned so much just observing and not feeling I'm the authority. The pressure that you have to be authority, that you have to condition your things right, which is not possible, is just amazing. I think we need to work. Humans need to work together, old, young,
Yeah.
smart, bad, just everything. And I think that's the most beautiful thing. That's what the human centricity in essence is.
Yeah.
to interact with all beings, even with animals. You know, you interact, you learn from, what can I learn from that kitty? What
Yeah.
can I learn from that doggy? You know,
But
uh,
even just letting go of all of that. So letting go of the idea of that's a kid and I'm older and I
I
know
know,
more.
I know, I don't know. Let it go.
So
Do you
just
think I
yeah,
think that?
yeah,
No,
no,
I'm in it. I'm in it.
no, I
Yeah.
know,
I'm
but
not thinking
I'm
you a girl and we're doing a podcast. I don't think that.
saying no, but this is the conditioning, Um,
Yeah,
there's an animal, so I need to teach it. But you don't need to teach an animal anything. Only if you want him to behave or fit into your box, then you need to
yeah,
teach him.
yeah,
But there is a connection or a communication that we can have with animals that goes way beyond you're below me or I'm above you
yeah,
and I need to dominate you. Um,
yeah.
if we move away from domination as a human attribute, then surely we can tune into that connection to nature, to each other on all levels. We can
Yeah,
learn so much wisdom from babies, really, or
yeah.
toddlers in their freedom of expression, and similarly from older people, or even age is
We,
just a system relevant thing.
we can show each other ourselves. That's
Yeah,
the best learning. Not to, well, how you should do it. I do it like this way. You do it like that way. You
yeah,
work with an animal, even. You know, it's a part of me, the consciousness, right?
mm,
And it appears in me. A tree appears at me, whatever, and not to say, "Hey, tree, tell me what two and two is." Four. I mean, you know what I mean? No,
who
you
cares?
see a
Yeah,
tree, you open yourself, open your heart,
mm,
and just be, and know that the tree cannot do things that you can, and you cannot do what the tree can, because
yeah.
the tree sees
But
you
you
from
could
a
find
lot.
that there's this word keeps coming up for me, this luminal space where
Yeah,
there is just nothing. There's a connection point between us as humans, but also between this other things around us that is
yeah,
so important to us, for us to connect to, that
yeah,
we've forgotten because we're looking at screens and we're separated
yeah.
by walls
And we're
and
serious, and we're serious.
serious. Yeah,
And
exactly.
I find that monkeying around with a tree or an animal is limiting that segregation. The
Yeah,
more you monkey around with an animal or with a tree or with a plant or something, the more you get open to actually interact with oneness.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
And the more you open, the more you open. The
yeah,
more you can open.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It
You
is.
always open your heart to
Yeah,
whatever is,
yeah.
you know?
Which is, life throws us lemons sometimes, which we go, we have to then move through whatever it is,
And we
grief or
make lemonade.
whatever. And
We can,
we try and make lemonade, but it sometimes takes a while, and to not.
but the lemonade, oh, the lemonade is not in the lemon. The lemonade is in the interaction.
Yeah,
Because you can say, okay, there was a sour lemon, but because of the sour lemon, I went to some sweet and I took sweet. So
mm,
it's not that you hang up, you have to make whatever is that beautiful.
yeah,
When war will never be beautiful, but
yeah,
you can do out of it, you can learn, you can see what it is to have peace.
yeah,
It actually pushes you in the right direction. And then you say, thank you, war, to push me into peace. See? I know
yeah,
it's not,
yeah,
that doesn't mean I condone it. People always think when you choose something, then you condone it. No, well, or accept something. I'm
mm,
not condoning any crime, harm to anybody.
yeah,
But I thank harm to make me see, because I couldn't see it. Look, harm doesn't appear when you don't see the peace and the goodness and
yeah,
love. When you don't see that, you need harm to show you.
yeah, yeah. I hear what you're saying. There's an awareness that comes with seeing what it is that you don't want, or seeing the other side of the spectrum. of which you were drawn to.
Even here, you have to see here then overcast, rain, and
Mm.
you know where I am. I mean, it just you have to see it to enjoy every day,
Yeah.
and you have to see it in yours covered to enjoy the sun. So the
Yes.
function, there is a strict function in the dark, which we talked yesterday. This is just a extension of that. Last time we talked about this.
Yeah.
There is a function in the dark. There is a function to see the light and
Mm.
to integrate. And we talked about integration, right? And not segregation. To segregate, to integrate light, I need the dark. I need to see the dark. I don't have to condone it. I don't have to live it. I don't have to go. You know, they say, "Oh, it's
Mm.
the dark night of my soul." It's like, oh, I have to fight the dark side of my soul or anything. No,
No.
just watch it, observe it, and choose.
Yeah. And
It's
experience
not
it. I mean, there's
experience,
nothing
yeah,
wrong with darkness, but it is a conditioned response to go, oh, I need light, but you don't, because we
yeah.
all there
But
is
you
a
can say prefer.
function to all of it.
See, you can say prefer. I prefer the dark light, and there could be this. The dark night of the soul, I can prefer first
Mm.
because they say that's a soul, that is deep, whatever. And then you come to a thing. Now I experienced it enough. I don't need it anymore. I prefer
Mm.
being happy, joyous. So you need the to say. I mean, right now all the truths come out right on the world,
Yeah.
everywhere. There's nothing to hide anymore, because we created AI and all this stuff and technology, and if it doesn't, now there will always be something that's hidden,
Mm.
but most things come out. You see that, today somebody does something, boom, tomorrow it's out, and
Yeah. Well, a
and it's
version of it is out. There's
oh
also
yeah,
a lot of what is misguided. There's also a lot of bullshit around.
of course. But
Yeah.
if you accept it, if I accept the excuses, the spinning, if I accept that, then I'm not out. You're
Yeah.
out when you really see it and you say, no, this is not my preference. I prefer to be here.
Mm.
And then you automatically go to the area that you want to live. So I want to live in a different country. I want to live in a different friends. I want to live. And so this is the puzzle, make the puzzle fit to move away,
Yeah. Yeah.
If there's no, to say like, this is creating resistance when you say, look at all the crap that's out there and look at all this stuff. And then the people are afraid of living, which we talked also,
Mm.
not just dying. They say, can I live in this world? And the
Yeah.
world hasn't changed. It has changed a lot in our systems, but nature is nature. Nature hasn't said, okay, we don't have birds anymore. No, we have birds, and we have animals. And they were attacked and they are mistreated, and we saw that. And now we prefer to eat pasture raised, humane raised, whatever,
Yeah.
and we will learn our preference from the duality that we have to experience on the thing, and then we go to non-duality. But first we have to see, how can you see duality when you're lied to, when you're manipulated? How can you see duality? You can never go to non if you don't know the truth, and you say, I don't want to see the dark. No, you see the dark to move to non-duality.
But there's also, I mean, within cycles, we
Yeah,
always go back to the dark again if we're in a spiral.
yeah.
Although we're not in the same darkness,
Not
we
in
need
as
to have,
helpless.
yeah,
Yeah, we see
to have
the
that
next.
cyclical element of, okay, it is winter now, I can rest, I need to rest in whatever that
Yes,
means to me,
yes,
not because I still need to push myself and always be the same
no,
person. I
yeah,
can be a different version of me at different times
yeah, yeah.
in my cycle life.
And use that energy of the winter, use that energy of the spring, the energy of the summer, the energy of the fall to align with you. What
Yeah.
does fall, because fall means different than for you, even though we love fall, fall means the difference for you and me.
Yeah.
So use the fall. What can I use the fall for me and be aligned with the fall?
Yeah.
That's a preference. That's not a have to. Now I have to do celebrate all holidays, Thanksgiving, whatever. I don't. I
Mm.
can actually do the opposite. I can do, celebrate if that helps me in fall.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
uh, it's your individuality aligned with nature to find who you are, to
In this
find
space and time, because you are never
that
going to be
exactly,
the same. I'm
exactly. No,
just
no,
thinking now, as growing up, in Namibia or even in South Africa,
yeah,
this time of the year, or even going into autumn, would be a relief because it would be cooling down a bit. But
yeah.
yeah, it's not a relief. It's a oh no, here we go again.
It's
Cold and
reverse. It's reverse. It's not a
it's
relief.
completely different. It's the same aspect to the cycle, but it's experienced differently because the environment is different, and that makes me approach it different, makes my perspective different. Um, but I'm still me within all of those. I'm just not the
Yeah,
same me. Yeah.
yeah. But there is the fall is also different. It's not the same. Like you said it. It's not the same fall that we have.
But
So
it's
you
really
get
hot
what?
in summer, so you kind of you're happy to have that relief of, okay, some coolness where, yeah, it's a little bit warm, but now you're going, there's no extreme, so that
Yeah,
duality becomes less in a way, and I feel like it's just an extenuation of the sameness where there's no, like, big differences, which is interesting in itself.
just to be aware of that, right?
Yeah.
Just to.
Yeah.
That's why you can always learn from your environment, nature. Uh, you know, they're all permission slips. They're all wisdom seekers. Yeah,
Yes,
right.
exactly.
Because you see it in a different way, right?
Yeah. But
It's
so
just
without realizing that duality, or the freedom that duality shows us, the
mm,
duality makes us aware of the freedom we have
yeah.
in experiencing or making the choice for the one that we prefer to experience, whether it's peace
And
or
and awareness makes you free. So
yeah.
you have duality to experience to get aware. You and I are the example. Then
Mm,
when you get to awareness, you become free, and then you can explore more further to oneness, so to non-duality.
yeah.
You can go that way, or you can go another way. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yes. Which is there was something that came up now and I can't remember what it is. But
What? What?
there's a cost. That's what it is. There's a cost to awareness. Because the more aware I become, um, I become part of the system that I'm aware of. Does that
Yeah,
make any sense? Yeah.
absolutely. Because that's what came to me too. Because we created systems, right?
Mm.
And it's about integrating systems into humanity, not having humans. This is what we suffer because we try to, humanity suffers, integrate humanity into systems versus use systems, use AI, use technology to integrate and amplify humans and lift the human potential. See,
Yes. Yeah.
it's an integration because we can't say, "Oh, I hate systems." No, no, we created system for a reason,
Yeah.
and how do we? That's why we say update to
Mm.
integrate systems so they're actually functioning correctly, human centrically, so that humans can get empowered. If you empower systems or AI or technology, you disempower humans, and that needs to be reversed. You need to use all these things that we invented. We invented. They didn't.
Yeah.
System didn't invent. We invented this to empower us, not to disempower us. And with money, we get disempowered. So when money becomes the key, it's
Mhm.
also a non a physical thing. Then we disempower humans, and that's why humans get weaker and weaker and weaker because money is more valuable than is from system centric is seen money is more valuable than humans, and
Yeah.
that's why using humans to make money is now the newest fad. Kids are the most worst. They're kids.
We've just lost Michael for a minute. I'm assuming he's going to pop back up a second. There we go.
What happened?
There we go. I don't know. You
uh,
just fell off.
no, that's why
So you
why
were
by human. That's why I'm saying now we get when we make money, we made money so valuable for existence. Now we use money with people. We send people in the war, get money for how many people we send in the war, how many people died. When they come as migrants back, we make money again on the humans. When the kids are the most valuable because they are kidneys, they are all the stuff. When it's like hard. Yeah, it's not
yeah,
easy. But look how we value human body for business versus allowing everybody to be as long as possible interacting, and also the systemic things. Okay, a 5 year has nothing to say, and a 60 years person has nothing to say. The only thing to say are workers that make money. So the people between whatever after school, so we condition them and we give humans value when they're 20
yeah,
to 60. So 40 years, even though we get 80, but 40 years we only have value. And then we make sure that these old people die and the
well, we even keep
young
them
people.
alive longer, but they have no quality of life. So
Yeah,
we're extending that spending power,
yeah,
while the person's value of life
yeah,
is of no importance because there's
yeah,
no monetary connection to that.
yeah.
Yeah,
And we keep them long alive versus long experienced life and having fun and
yeah,
enjoy life and having community and contribute to community, because contribute to community for an old person is more important than just giving somebody an income,
yes, a
giving
lot more
somebody else
important.
an income. It's,
Exactly.
it's so when you're 60, you give you have so much value in communities and everything, and also life experiences. Your
Yeah.
value is priceless because you have so much life experience. A
Mm.
kid doesn't have life experience, but it has other experiences. It's not really physically here yet. So you're here by 7. By around 7, you'll be here. But before that, the kid is still outside and inside. We can learn from that.
Exactly, and there's a different perspective in that. If we are aware and if we
They're not
engage
aware.
with it, yeah,
That's what I'm saying. There's no bad people. We just castrate and neuter us by focusing that a human is valuable from 20 to 60. Then
yeah,
it's then
yeah,
then the veins. And it doesn't matter if the value of veins, because when you actually interact with a human, when the value we hide death.
yeah.
If we can all learn from that, and the human potential go up, but we choose to not. And I know
Yes.
people are much more aware now than they were when I was a kid. People are
But
just much.
still, it isn't, there are still people that choose not to be aware, even in this day. And
I don't know if they choose. I don't know. It's fear. They just don't want to know.
that is also
But
choosing, you
if
know.
I say I don't want to know anything about death, doesn't mean that's me afraid of death. If I want to say, hey, Michelle, let's talk about death. I want
Yes,
to understand it more. What is that process? How to go most balanced through the process? It's a different perception. And you
definitely.
cannot punish somebody for a perception. If they have a perception of unconsciousness, then they're unconscious. They're so afraid. They're human too. They're so afraid, and that must come out. That's
Exactly.
why I'm saying it's good that everything comes out now,
Mm.
because we really shifting a lot.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Life is beautiful as usual.
Well, life can be tricky, but it is the
It's
experience. We are here to
it's
experience it.
supposed to be tricky. It's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be only sunny and laying on a mat drinking cocktails. That's
Yeah,
not what it is.
it could also be that. It'd be
It could
nice.
be that. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah, but
nice.
how long? How long? Even the
Well,
people that
exactly.
enjoy that, see, even people that say, I would only like to be on an island with the most beautiful woman, having all this stuff. How long can you do this?
Mm.
If you have no duality, if you're not
Yes, there has to
have
be
that shell.
duality. There has to be
Yeah,
chopped wood, curry water involved in that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not saying suffering. I'm not saying suffering, but the awareness, this makes me frightened. This doesn't feel good. My
Mm.
preference is laying in the sun and doing it. But if you don't have that, it makes me frightened. I prefer in the sun laying.
Yeah, you can't appreciate the sun
Yeah, it's
either,
everything.
being there.
I know from here you can very easily, uh, get used to the sunshine every day. Very easily, because you hate more and more when it's raining. You know
Yeah, yeah. And here it's the other way around.
exactly.
Yeah,
And it doesn't matter. We learn. We both learn.
exactly.
Be aware.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
That was really good. Freedom to be you. It is.
Yeah.
There's a choice in there, but it's also a aspect of duality, isn't it? If we understand ourselves more in experiencing our environments, I suppose.
Yeah. Everything. We are not here and the environment is there. We are it.
We are it. Yeah. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
We will chat soon. I am traveling next week. I'm going to South
Doesn't
Africa
matter.
for a week, so we will
Yeah.
be back
Can't
in.
wait when you come back.
Thank you.